As long as he stands in this spot until 5:30, the boss will give this recent college graduate $50. The college graduate thought he was joking, but the boss turned and left. The college student hurriedly grabbed him. "If you really can get $50, then I'm willing to stand until 5:30. Then he stepped into the square, and seeing this, the boss showed a satisfied smile, said, "See you at 5:30 sharp," and then strode away. And just based on the other party's promise, the college student stood in the square for the entire afternoon. At 5:30, the boss appeared on time with $50. The college student was thrilled, not expecting that making money could be so easy. Then the boss offered him a full-time position, with the pay increase from $50 to $200, still just standing in the box. The college student happily agreed. The next day at work, a friend with a skateboard invited him to a party. The college student really wanted to go, but was held back by work. The brother said, "Anyway, no one is watching you here." After hearing this, he still refused, but when no one was around, he lifted his right foot, trying to leave the box. However, thinking again, where else could he find a job with such benefits? So he lightly touched the ground outside and then put his foot back into the cage. In the days that followed, the college student stood there all day, so bored that he could only watch the watch on his wrist to pass the time. That day, a thief snatched a wallet and passed by. The disabled lady asked him to help retrieve her wallet, but the job didn't allow him to step out of the box, so he could only watch the thief get away. When it was time for payday, the college student hesitantly mentioned his intention to quit, and the boss immediately turned around and asked him to repeat it. Seeing this, the student quickly backed down, saying it was nothing. But after the boss left, his strong curiosity drove him to want to follow and see who the boss really was. So he followed the boss downstairs and looked through the window to see what the boss was doing. He saw the boss start putting on makeup in front of a mirror and then put on a clown wig. The college student was stunned. Could it be that the boss also had to play a clown to entertain others? Day after day, the work continued, and the former college student had become a middle-aged man. Watching the young people skateboarding on the street, he couldn't help but think of his past self. But now he had long been worn down by the grid. When he saw the boss coming to pay the salary, he was no longer as excited as before. But the boss said,
"Mike, you've been loyal, reliable. You're an asset to me."
the man's years of persistent work were recognized by the boss, so the boss offered him a 30% raise and a larger workspace with a much wider view. The unexpected surprise made the man extremely excited, and the once dull and tedious work reignited his motivation. Time flew by, and the once youthful college student now had a face full of wrinkles and graying hair, while his salary had increased to $2,000. By this time, he resigned when the boss was about to leave.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
It wasn't until he saw the few white hairs on the boss's neck that he realized he had sold his youth to the boss. But now that he knew, what was the use? The old man began to ponder, what is the meaning of life? He walked up to a girl and exchanged his brand name watch for her skateboard. But as soon as he stepped on the skateboard, he immediately fell to the ground. He was no longer the spirited youth. Now, old and frail, he could only hold onto the railing and slide slowly. May everyone do what they truly want and live the life they most long for.